Hey guys, how you doing today? Okay, so I will be putting up the next part in the mixed media project. Today is probably tomorrow. So I got a few requests to draw an owl. Now, if you go back on my videos, I have quite a few, over hundreds of videos. I've done it a couple times. So I'm going to do two different kinds, but I'm going to kind of show you two different like general ideas on how to do this and how you can go then from there. A very easy way to do it, I like to do it, and I should have brought mine in that I did, that I have hanging in my living room, is you'll just make your ear and do over and work. It's almost like a cat, but his face, this is an easy way to do it. You're going to make him, and this could be a cat if you wanted to go that far, but you're going to kind of make him like that. Okay, so his body is just going to kind of go, no. And you can see over here I need to go a little further. I'm going to use my darker pencil so you guys can see, but and then you can add his very big eyes. And again, this is just a very simplistic one, nothing major. You can add his inside of his eyes, the black of his eyes. And you can go in and use your watercolor pencil and color that in. And this is just a quick sketch of this one. Then I'll get to the other one. You can then do his little beak. And I do his little feet, just like him sitting on a branch. Now, you can do a little smile, a little mouth colored in like he's saying who, or, whatever way you want to do that. On the bottom, you can do designs or just color him in. You can take and make him have feathers that come in like that, or you can have him have, let me do this very quickly. This is just very quickly. You can have him have feathers that kind of go out like this. You'll have a bigger piece of paper, but he can have feathers, right? And then you can just do his little feathers like that and do his little feetsies. You could double his ears if you want. Do his big eyes. Do his thing. Some people will even do over with his beak. If you see that. And make his beak like that. And then you can go in here and you can do, if you want to do circles or you want to do, like feathers. And that would be, like I said, you would just color these in, and those would be his eyes. And then you could go along like that too. That's fun too. That's just a very quick, very easy owl. Now, and like I said, here we have this owl, and his wings are in. So you can go down and, move down and add those feathers down. You can do whatever you want to do with them. If you want to add his beak and have him going up more, you can. And you play around. So that's a basic whimsical owl. You can color whatever color you want. You can do whatever you want with it. So that's number one. Number two that we're going to do is, let me just fix this camera. It's driving me insane. I don't know why it's so... drives me crazy. Is it clearing up at all? Alright, so the next one we're going to do, come on, clear up for me. We're going to do like a side owl. I think I got it. Okay, so we're going to draw, or maybe we'll just do a funky owl. I can do some, it's hard because I like to do so many different kinds of owls. We'll do, let's do 2 big eyes. They can be fairly close to each other. They don't have to be the same. And we'll do a little nose. And then I'm going to take his body and bring it down like this. And then from this eye around here, I'm going to give it a wing. And bring it up. So you see how we got going there? Now, the wing's a little big for me. All right, well, I'll fix that in a minute. Let me get the rest of the, we'll play with that. And then up here, I'm going to do his ears. So his ears are going to be like this. Going to go over, do his ear up like this. And then we'll make it come around. And we'll make it come around. Does that make sense? I'm going to erase these because I think this could have been a little bit better. I want it to be a fuller. So I want this to kind of, this is coming down. I want this to be a little fuller. See, even I can't do these things on, I want it to be fuller, and I want the wing come like this and then come up. Okay, yeah. And then we'll do his little, her little feet. We'll make her a little her. Okay. So therefore, we have our owl shape so far. Now this is where the fun comes in. If you want to go back and be perfect and fix the eye shape, go ahead. If you want to use a bottle or something that you use, you know, to make sure that they're equally round, go ahead. We're going to have a little fun with this one. I'm going to go in the middle here. And I'm going to do a circle like that. I'm going to do a circle like that. Now I can see on the bottom here, just by looking, it's a little bit thicker. So I have to decide, do I want the eye that thick going around? I'm just going to shorten it up a little bit. Okay. And then I think I'll probably keep this as the inside. And this will be our fancy wing. I might make his wing even fancier by making it just a little bit fuller. Since he's kind of to the, she's kind of to the side. I keep saying he, but we'll just do like that. Okay. Now, here's where we're going to play. What do we want to do? Well, do you want to just leave it like this and we'll color it in? Do you want to get fancy? I don't know. Let's get our watercolor pencils out and start. I'm just going to pour them all out. And I'm using watercolor pencils rather than acrylics and all for those who might not be feeling well and want to lay in bed and do these kind of things. So I'm doing it now. This is for Taylor, but for whoever, if you want to do it in your art journal. I tend to do things bigger than in my art journal when I'm trying to show something because it's easier for you guys. And my cat's crying to get out. 1 second, I'm sorry. Go ahead, go. Go ahead. What's your tail? Okay. So here we go. Let's do the eyes, a nice greenish yellow. So let's start with yellow first. And these are just my watercolor pencils. They're Reeves. I'm not using anything fancy. These are inexpensive. Use your Crayolas if you have them. Or if you have the watercolor crayons. Or if you want to use your acrylic paints. Be my guest. Use your watercolor paints. You can color this with whatever you want. This I'm just happening to be doing with colored pencils. I want to show how easy it is. Now, one of the things I've told you guys before is, mine is way over there because I won't be using it, but the watercolor pens that I showed you before that you buy, that you put, Ranger sells them, or Ink Essentials, or somebody, that you put the water in and it's already have this brush on it, and you can take it anywhere you go. You can use it in bed. You don't spill water. I think you guys have seen those aqua brushes before. I've shown them so many times. You can definitely use this. This is a great sitting on the couch not feeling good, sitting in bed not feeling good kind of thing. And yet you're being creative. And this isn't I'm not making a realistic owl, so to say. I like making whimsy ones. One day I'll sit down and try to do. My girlfriend does all those crazy realistic animals that I wish I could do. And if I sat down, maybe I could, but who knows. So I'm just going in with very dirty water, as you can see. And I'm going to lighten up these eyes. My water is very dirty. But I'm going to work with it. I really got to get my other thing up. My husband bought me years ago this wonderful brush cleaner. I forget where he bought it from. And it sits behind my thing. It's called Brushmate. And you put water in it. And they do sell a cleaner. I don't ever use the cleaner. I just use the water in it. I put the water in it. And you stick your brush in it when you're done, and it has a rotating brush inside, and it cleans the brush, and then you can just go back to painting. It's really cool. So now I'm going to take my green, and I'm going to kind of go in. And I'm using cardstock, so you know what happens when cardstock gets a little wet, plus if you need to sharpen your green because it's just not working the way you want it to. I hate when that one side stays woody. There we go. And it's always when I'm using it last, and I'm always like, oh, I'll use it next time. And I'm just going to go in with my stuff on it now. With my green. Some people like to wet their pencils before they use them on their item. You can definitely do that if you want. Yeah, I'm gonna put darker green on here too. This is just called layering. So I can see some of my papers peeling up because of the wetness. Not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna get that green on there so I can. And if you see that something's getting too wet, go on to another section, which we'll do after I get this green blended in, and then you can go on to another section and give it a second to dry. So then you can add your next color, because you can definitely layer watercolor, watercolor pencils. Sorry for my arm crossing over. Okay, now for the beak, I'm going to go a very strong orange. Well, first I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to highlight it in. Do I want orange or do I want brown? I'm going to go orange. I'm going to highlight it in red just to add some shadow. I'm just going to do this my way. And then I'm going to color it in with some orange. So like I said, when you notice that it's kind of, I'm going to kind of make it go into a diamond right there. When you notice it's the paper's getting a little saturated, give it a few minutes, work on something else. Okay. And then we'll go in with our orange. And these are very inexpensive watercolor pencils. The Reeves. You can get at Michael's, AC Moore. Crayola's good. You don't have to have very expensive ones. If you want to use markers, use markers. I think she wanted me to try to draw something else, so I'll probably do that in a marker. So we have that. And now we're going to do, I want to save the black for last only because maybe I'll just go in a little bit with my green in here. Maybe I'll wet it just to soften it up a little bit. Yeah. I'll just keep wetting it a little bit. And take it around. Now what would be really cool, and maybe I'll do it when I'm done, is adding just a little bit of gold paint over the eyes at the end. We'll see. You don't have to, but okay. I'll just take my brush. Go around. Boy, is my water dirty. And there are no mistakes because we can go over with the yellow again. If the green doesn't blend in as well because you're using, I would use mixed media or watercolor paper, obviously. I'm just using cardstock, so of course it's not going to be as good as, oh, I didn't even know I was out of focus. Probably because my big head was in the way. Sorry. Don't leave me nasty messages. Now, so we want to make it kind of funky looking. Let's see. I'm going to sharpen my pencil. I'm going to take some pink. I'll just outline it in pink. Everything will probably be outlined in black because I love doing that. And maybe what I'll do is kind of just color in the feather. You don't want to push too hard. You want to push lightly so you cover it very well. Turn your pencil every now and then so it stays a nice sharp if you need to. But you'll get a nice coat of your colored pencil, so when you go into color it, you have a nice light coat. Now I'm going to go around the eyes because we can add some stuff even with a marker after. Again, you could be using paints or a marker. Doesn't matter. Let's go through this side. I think I might stop there and just make her head pink. Very lightly. I'll leave her ears go for now. Take our brush. Let's see if we can get a bigger brush. And let's paint it. And if you want, you can just spray your water bottle on it, which I think I might just do just to get it going a little faster so you guys aren't here forever watching me paint or color pencil. This is always handy to have a little water bottle just to spray. I can see around the eye and around the wing here. So I'm going to go in a little heavier there. Where did I see around the eye? I'll just go in. And you can add shadows in now if you want. Okay, so then I will pick purple. And let's color in around here some purple. I must have dry glue underneath of my paper on my mat. I didn't notice because it's coming through as like a pattern. Now when I get in here, good. And this is a folksy one. Like I said, we can always do a regular one at some point. But why not do folksy? Sharpen my pencil. Let's go in the ears. We'll go in this ear. Okay. Let's take our water bottle. And you can move your brush around and add texture. We're going to add a little design on here, but you know, you can kind of go in circles or whatever you want. Go in those little hidden nooks. And look how nice it works with the spray bottle. And you're not getting water everywhere. Yeah, you're just spraying on what you're spraying. Spray his little ears. Bring them down. And again, this is just cardstock. Nothing fancy. I see up here, it must be where I saw it before. She needs a little bit more color. And I'm going to bring some color right in here. And with the paper already being wet, it does help. But I'm just going to kind of blend it in. Give it a little blend. There we go. So far, so good. Look how cute it looks. Can you see how cute it looks? Look how cute it looks. Okay, now for some black, which I wanted to save till last. We're going to do some black feet. And I'm just going to color his little feet in. And you can tell that got wet. And I'm not even going to color that in all the way because once I get the brush on there, for whatever reason, that side's wet. And it'll take enough. And I'm not even going to squirt it with the bottle because that's just a little bit there. But you'll get the idea. That's his little feet. Okay, how cute. And then we're going to go and do his pupils. Again, just color. And if you don't want to use your watercolor pencils for this, you can use your marker. It doesn't matter. You can do mixed media and use acrylic paint markers and watercolor pencils, whatever you want. Push a little bit harder. It's so funny how black water color pencils can be. So I'm just going to continue using my small one here just so I can kind of stay in the lines. And if you want to add a little bit more black, just go in again with your black marker, your black watercolor pencil, and go around in little circles around his eye. And you'll see. Oh, I was going to put my watercolor brush pencil in the water. You can do Derwent ink tints with these. Doing with this, if you guys have those. Those, once they dry, are permanent, so you can't really re-wet them and move them, which are great for certain things. I really love them. But you don't so much need it for this. Okay, so kind of have our owl done here. And we're just going to go in, and you can see here I dropped a little bit of water. So it kind of picked up that stain, the dot. I'm not really going to worry about it too much. I'm going to go in with this is like a gray color. Now, if you have a stamp that you love or you want to add some texture, I'm going to go gray because it's kind of more texture, like will match this a little bit more. And I'm just going to go in and add these textural for fur. Now, this is one way you can do it. Or you can go in and just do your lines. And I really like the lines. It's hard for you to see, but I'll wet it in a minute. Matter of fact, I probably should have wet it before I did it. It might go on a little bit better. It's not working as well as I wanted it to. Come on, baby, work for mommy. And you can go over, we'll go over that with a paintbrush. But just add texture lines. I really don't want to use black just because it'll be too dark, but I think I might have to. It'll just add dimension more. And you can do this any color you want inside here. You don't have to do black. I'm just wanting you to be able to see on here that we have some great texture on there. Now for the wing itself, let's find our dark purple. And you can use a marker for this too. And let's just add some cool lines. Or if you have something better in mind, go ahead. Do dots. That would be cool. You know, just do little polka dots. Or if you have a stamp. Or you can do it all. I just want to show you how to draw it. How you decorate it. All on you. You can go over the ears a little bit more to give them a little bit more depth. Add some of that in there. It doesn't matter. Now, with those eyes, I think I have gold down here, do I have some gold acrylic paint. If you don't have it, do you have glitter paint? This is metallic, so this will be used sparingly in the eye area. It's just to add a little bit of, this is just an idea for you to do. You don't have to do it. Just going to add a little bit on the brush and just take a little bit over top your colored pencils, because you'll still be able to see the colors underneath. But eyes on owls are very reflective, very complex with colors. And look how pretty that looks. Can you see that? I'll hold it up when I'm done. But don't be afraid, because it's just going to blend them all together to make this one beautiful color. And if you want to add a little bit of bling to the nose area, just put it on there. It's still going to stay orange, but it just gives a little sheen. If you want to give it a little bit to the wings, it just adds depth. Do you have to? No, I'm just letting you know. You can. We'll just leave it on the wing. I picked the littlest brush up, of course. So it's going to take me a second here, so excuse me. And it kind of blends all them colors in to a really pretty color. And you're just fancying it up. Okay, so that's with that. Now, what I will do, what I love doing, is taking my big black marker. I use a Faber-Castell pen. You can use a Sharpie. You can use whatever you want. If I had a Sharpie sitting here, I'd use my Sharpie because this is a bit too big for me to draw on this, but you'll see what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what I want to do before I do this? Because I'm going to send this. Wait. Let's do a beautiful blue. I'm going to spray my paper. Might as well do it while I'm here. And I'm just going to give it a nice coat of this blue all around it. Go around everything. This is what's great with watercolor pencils. It's so easy to color in your negative, what you have left to do a background. And you can do as many colors as you want to make it fancy, but I'm just going to do this. Because that's about as fancy as I'm going to get. Then I'll just do my brush. And I'm just going to go over it. And because it's paper that I know is not going to give it the full effect that I want because it's soaking in everything, I'm not going to worry about it. I just want this on here and then I can throw a coat over later. But I want you guys to see when you do the background. I don't want to scrub it too much or over wet it because right now it's a little bit over wet. But I love it. And I'll probably put acrylic over the back or go over it again with my pencil. But I wanted to remind you guys, do the background. Do the background. Okay, now I'm going to take my marker. And I'm just going to go in. And it's probably going to bleed a little bit, but I don't care. Because I love the look. Kind of gives it that watercolor look. And I'm just going to trace around everything I did. His little piggies. Like I said, I'm here to show you how to do it, and then it's your job to do it. So you guys use the general idea of what I showed you. And then you do it yourself. And that's what makes it so great. You can put a little there. You can go around this black eye. This little. We can color that in if we want to make it even blacker. Like I said, Sharpies will work, Bic, black paint, whatever you got. And look at how cute! And you can go in and detail up as much as you want. Now me, myself, I would go in and I would put, I don't know if, I like doing my little white things. I might have to wait till this is dry though. Because it might turn gray. But I like putting in little white highlights. But I didn't dry the black, so that shall wait. And we'll just dab that up. But you get the idea. Like I said, I'm going to finish up the background, and we have a very cool looking bird. If you want to, like I said, do the ears a darker color or do it all pink. I really dig the purple. Maybe I'd go over this with a little bit of the purple, just because I really like the purple. You know, just to kind of give it an overlay of it, since it still is a little damp. Gives it a little bit more depth, I think. I could sit here and play all day. I wish I had playmates. I wish I had people here that would sit with me and play. That's why I gotta start live shows again. So I have friends who will art with me. Friends who will sing with me. All right, Taylor. There you go, my love. There is one type of owl. Hope you like it. I hope it's what you were looking for. It's just the basic. And next time we'll do a different kind. Can you see the gold on the wing? How cute. Like I said, if you don't have gold, no big deal. But this is one way to do an owl. And we'll have, believe me, there's a million different ways. So this is with watercolor pencil. So be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And thank you guys so much for being the best subs in the world. Don't forget, I have a mixed media giveaway. Go back a few videos. You'll see it. All you have to do is leave me a little comment. I have amazing Clearcast and amazing Mold Putty giveaway that went live today. All you have to do is leave a comment, any comment, and hit the like button. And it's 2 great prizes. So, and once those are done, then we go on to our next prizes, which are going to be awesome also. Cannot wait. Bye, guys. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle someone else is fighting. I can't remember if I said that or not. I believe in that wholeheartedly. Bye, guys.